Students, good morning. Today, here we are going to explain about carbon and its compounds. Now, here, carbon and its compounds means carbon is the versatile element. Carbon is able to form that million number of organic compounds. Here, carbon valency 4, oxidation number plus or minus 4. Okay, students, it belongs to that of fourth A group elements or 14th A group elements. Now here, actually, the chapter which is allotted in that 10th class. So this is the last chapter in that chemistry, that means the 10th class syllabus. After completion of this chapter, I will explain about the intermediate syllabus. So that means maybe I will start the intermediate syllabus within 5 to 6 days, friends. So here, carbon and its compounds. So first of all, we should learn about that what type of concepts allotted in that chapter. So first one is the introduction about carbon and its compounds. Second one is introduction of carbon, and the third concept is the special properties of carbon. Okay, friends. Next one is the hydrocarbons and its classification. Next, saturation and unsaturation. And the last one is the soaps and detergents. Now here we have the another concept, that is allotropic form of carbons. Okay, friends. So these are the subtopics in this chapter. Okay. First of all, introduction to the carbon and its compounds. Second one, introduction to the carbon, and next one is the special properties of carbon, and hydrocarbons and its classification, saturation and unsaturation. Okay, next one is that soaps and detergents. One of the separate concept is the allotropic form of carbon. Okay, friends. So these are the general concept which are kept in that these syllabus, this chapter. Now all of you listen here. First of all, you should take the carbon atom. Carbon atom belongs to that 4th A group elements, or it is the 14th A group element. Okay, friends. Now carbon is kept, or carbon is present in that 4th A group element or 14th A group elements. So its atomic number is 4 and atomic weight 12. Okay, friends. Now the general electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s2, and next one is 2p2. So this is the general electronic configuration of carbon. Okay. Now here all of you look at the board. So first of all, now the number of protons, 6 protons are present and 6 neutrons are present in that center part of the atom. Okay, friends. Now here electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a fixed orbitals or in a fixed energy levels. Okay. Now here 1s2. So that means inner core orbital. And next one, the 2s2 and 2p2. 2s2 and 2p2 is the valence shell or outermost shell. Okay. Now here in inner orbital it has the 2 electrons. Am I right now? And next one, valence orbital. That means outermost orbital or valence shell orbital. Now here in the valence shell, 2 electrons present in the s orbital, and next one, the 2 electrons are present in the p orbital. So finally, how many electrons are present in the valence shell here? 4 electrons. Okay, friends. So this is the concept. Now tell me. Now how many neutrons are present in the inner part of the atom or nucleus of the atom? 6 protons. Generally, if the carbon is okay, now the carbon is exhibit the 2 types of oxidation states. So first one is the plus 4 oxidation state, and next one the minus 4 oxidation state. And one more concept is the, now if you have to see that reactivity or number of bonds in the ground state of the carbon means now it can form, or it is able to it has the one lone pair of electrons, 2 unpaired electrons, and it's the one empty orbital in the ground state of carbon atom. Okay, friends. So this is general concept. But in case of this one, it is the highly unstable. Actually, this is the theoretical concept. But one more thing here. Now the which oxygen state is more stable? Okay, which oxygen state is more stable in that carbon atom? Now we have the two types of oxygen state. One is the plus 4 oxygen state and next is the plus minus 4 oxygen state. Now the plus 4 means after losing of 4 electrons, when it releases the 4 electrons, then it attains that helium gas configuration. If it gain the 4 electrons, then it attains that neon configuration. Okay, students. Now that means now actually the plus 4 oxygen state is the stable oxygen state, then the top minus 4 oxygen state. That means here now the 6 protons are present in the center part of the atom and the 4 electrons are there. If you how many electrons are there? Total number of electrons are the 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6. If you are adding the extra 4 electrons, the total number of electrons is the 10. So that means now it is not okay. Now when it increase the number of electrons, okay, when increase the number of electrons by additioning of that 4 electrons. So that means it is not stable, or that means the capacity of the protons are not sufficient to hold them into that orbitals. So that's why now the minus 4 oxygen state is the unstable oxygen state, but then the plus 4 is the more stable oxidation state. Okay, students. So this is the reactivity nature of that carbon element. That means it is always it can lose the 4 electrons, then it is attain that that is helium gas configuration, but it is not ready to gain the 4 extra electrons to attain the neon gas configuration. Okay, students. Now I am explaining about that introduction of carbon. Okay, students. Now that one is the introduction about carbon. Okay, introduction about carbon. First of all, so carbon is the element which is in that 4th A group elements or 14th A group elements. Its atomic number 6. Okay, students. Now its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, and next one the 2p2. Okay, students. Now here all of you listen here. How many electrons are present in the s orbital? 2 electrons. And how many electrons are present in the p orbital? 2 electrons. Okay, students. Now here s orbital contain 2 electrons and p orbital also having the 2 electrons in that outermost orbital. Okay, students. But here now that means the carbon element. Now we have to supply some amount of energy, or you have to give the supply the some amount of energy to the carbon atom. 2s electron should be excited and it gains some energy, then they are ready to jump from that 2s orbital to 2pz orbital. Okay, now here according to electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2px1 and 2py1, next the 2pz0. Okay, students. Now there is no electrons in the 2pz orbital. So in the excitation state, okay, in the excitation state, 1 electron is jumped into the top 2pz orbital. Okay, students. Now it has the electrons. So this is the first of all ground state electronic configuration. Now here it has the 2 electrons, but here it has the 1 electron. Now the last one is the empty orbital. Okay, 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron. Okay, students. 2px and next the 2py 1 electron, and this one is the 2pz 0 electron. Okay, s orbital having the 2 electrons. When we are supplying some amount of energy, 1 electron is promoted into that 2pz electron, 2pz orbital. Now here 3s orbital. Okay, then next one the 2p orbital. 1 electron present here and here 1 electron and 1 electron, next the 1 electron. Now that means now each and every orbital having single electrons, or each and every orbital having unpaired electrons. So at the carbon atom, okay, in the excited state, now it has the 4 unpaired electrons in that carbon atom. That means a carbon element can form the 4 bonds. Okay, now it is able to form the single bonds, it is able to form the multiple bonds. Okay, it forms the single bonds. Now the carbon can form the same kind of atoms with 4 bonds, covalent by covalent bond. Now the carbon can form the covalent bond with different atoms. Carbon can form the double bonds with the same kind of atoms. carbon is able to form that double bonds with that different type of atoms. Okay, now this is the valency of that carbon element. So what the valence of here? What is the valence of carbon? 4. Okay. Now here carbon. This is the carbon atom. One bond. Now here should be one bond and one bond and next to one bond. Okay. Now the shape of this one is the tetrahedral in nature, and the bond angle of this one is the 109 degrees 28 minutes. Okay, friends. 109 degrees 28 minutes. First of all, how to recall that points. So first one is the carbon, okay, non-metal element, which is present in the 4th group elements. Okay, now the atomic number 6, electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p2. When you have now the ground state configuration 2s2 2p2, now it forms the two in ground state electronic configuration. It has two unpaired electrons and one lone pair of electrons. Okay, that means divalent compound. It is highly unstable. Okay, means it possesses the lone pair of electrons. But when we have to supply the some amount of energy, it is able to form that 4 bonds. Okay, students. Now that is the covalent bond formation. Now the 4 bonds around the carbon by the same kind of bonds at the different type of bonds. Okay, students. So this is the concept. Bond angle 109 degrees. 109 degrees. Shape is the tetrahedral in nature. Okay, students. Now these are the general information or general introduction about the okay, carbon and its property. Okay, students. Carbon, atomic number, electronic configuration, and this one. And here one more thing is the now the in between the S and P orbital, that means 2s and 2p orbital, very less energy difference is present in that 2s and 2p orbital. Very less energy difference is present in between that 2s and 2p orbital. Okay, so that means that's why after splitting up the orbitals, now it has the 2s orbital, 2px orbital, 2py orbital, and the 2pz orbital. Okay, so these are the valency of that carbon element. Okay, students. And next one is the we have the one important property of the carbon. Now there is a special property of that okay, now 4th group elements only. So that is the catenation property. Okay, students, catenation property. Now first of all, what is meant by catenation property? Now here that is the okay. Now that one is the catenation property. Now here catenation property means the atom of the same element linked with each other through covalent bond is called as catenation property. Okay, students, once again, the atoms of the same element linked with each other, connecting with each other through covalent bond formation is called as okay, catenation property. Now here that means now first of all you have to take the carbon atom. Okay, now this is the carbon atom. And now which is connected with another carbon atom. So it is also connected with the carbon atom. Another connecting with the carbon atom. Connecting with that carbon atom. Connecting with that carbon. Okay. And now this is the catenation phenomenon. Self linkage of atoms. Okay, now self linkage of same kind of atoms with each other, it can form some. Okay, now that can form certain long chains and cyclic compounds, branched compounds, and next the multiple bond containing compounds. So that phenomena is called as that catenation phenomenon. Now in the entire periodic table, carbon has the highest catenation property, or carbon exhibits the highest catenation property due to the maximum covalency, due to the maximum valency. Now the maximum valency of carbon is 4. Okay, so this is the first condition. And next one is the now carbon has the greater bond energy. So here carbon having greater bond energy, so it shows the greater catenation property. Now that means here which element possesses the more bond energy that exhibits the more catenation property. Okay, students. So for example, if you have to compare these values in that 4th group elements, now here carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and next the lead. Okay, these are the elements. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Now here lead does not undergoes that catenation property. Now first of all, carbon is the carbon bond energy is 348 kilojoule per mole. Silicon bond energy is 180 kilojoule per mole. Germanium bond energy 167 kilojoule per mole. tin bond energy in 150 kilojoule per mole. Of course, here 155 kilojoule per mole. In some books they give, now the lead has 150 kilojoule per mole. Okay, students. So these are the bond energies of that group elements: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Okay, students, that will be clear. And here depends upon the bond energy. Now that means catenation property also increase. Okay, greater the bond energy, greater the catenation property. Okay, greater the bond energy, greater the catenation property, friends. So this is the important property. Now here order of catenation property is now here carbon is the order of catenation property. So that one is order of, okay, now catenation property. Now the carbon has a greater catenation, then silicon which has greater catenation, germanium which is equal to the protein. So these are the catenation property. Okay, students. And now it is over. Next, now I will discuss about this. I will explain about that hybridization. Okay, students. So here, first of all, what is meant by hybridization? After completion of hybridization, next I will explain about the hydrocarbons, types of that means classification of the hydrocarbons, and the saturation, unsaturation. Okay, students. Next, allotropic property, and last one the soaps and detergents. Okay, students. First of all, now here I am explaining about the hybridization phenomenon. So first, before going to hybridization phenomenon, I will give the shape structures for that orbital. So first of all, now s orbital. The shape of s orbital is the spherical in shape. Okay, students. Now the p orbital. The shape of p orbital is the dumbbell shape. D orbital. The shape of d orbital is the double dumbbell shape. Okay, students. And f orbital is the, now that one is four-fold. Okay, students. Dumbbell, four-fold dumbbell. What are the shape of that? Okay, shape of that orbital. S orbital spherical in shape, and it's the p orbital dumbbell in shape. D orbital double dumbbell in shape. F orbital is the four-fold dumbbell shape. Okay, students. Now here in this concept, that is in our hybridization concept, now I am going to explain about that hybridization. So first of all, what is meant by hybridization? Okay, now here hybridization means intermixing of atomic orbitals. Okay, students, intermixing of atomic orbitals combined to give the new set of same energy, same set, same size of okay, same size of hybridized orbitals are formed. Okay, now here once again, hybridization means that means atomic orbitals are combined to produce newly, okay, same set of, okay, na same number of equal size of hybridized orbitals are produced. That phenomena is called as hybridization. Now from that one, the formed orbitals are known as that hybridized orbitals. Okay, so this is the concept about that hybridization. So based on that orbitals, now here based on that based on the intermixing of s and p orbitals. So here hybridization is classified into the top, especially three types. In case of carbonate compounds, first one is the sp3 hybridization, and the second one is the sp2 hybridization, and next one the sp hybridization. Okay, so these are the types of hybridized orbitals. Okay, students. So that is the hybridization. Now here hybridization. Okay. Now once again, intermixing of, what about that one? That one is the, so that is intermixing of atomic orbitals. Now that is the intermixing of atomic orbitals. Okay, orbitals combined to give, okay, combined to produce, okay, students, combined to produce newly, okay, newly equal energies and same, okay, students, same kind of same set of same number of same number of hybridized orbitals are formed. Okay, students. Now intermixing of atomic orbitals combined to use, combined to produce newly equal energies. Same number of hybridized orbitals are formed. So this phenomena is called as hybridization phenomena. Okay, students. Once again, intermixing of atomic orbitals combined to give them newly formed equal energies. Same number of hybridized orbitals are called as that. Okay, now that means hybridized orbitals are called that. So that is hybridized orbitals are formed. Okay, now that is called as the hybridization phenomenon. Okay, students, hybridization phenomenon. Okay, now this is the definition for that hybridization. And actually, now here the hybridization word, the word which was given by that Linus Pauling scientist. Okay, scientist. Okay, students. Now this word is given by Linus Pauling scientist. So first of all, here I am talking about that sp3 hybridization. Okay, sp3 hybridization. So first I will write the types. First one is sp3 hybridization. Okay, students. First one is the sp3 hybridization, and the second one is sp2. Okay, hybridization, and the third one is sp. Okay, now that is the hybridization. Okay, students. First one is sp3 hybridization, second one is sp2 hybridization, and third one is sp hybridization. So in case of sp3 hybridization, one s orbital is intermixing with 3 p orbitals. Okay, 3 numbers, that means 3 p orbitals combined to give them 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals. Next one is the intermixing of one s orbital is mixed with 2 p orbitals combined to give them 3 number of sp2 hybridized orbitals. Okay, now that is for that sp2 hybridization. Last one is the sp hybridization here. So intermixing of one s orbital is combined with p orbitals. It can produce that 2 sp hybridized orbitals. Okay, now so these are the that means types of hybridization phenomena. So here sp3, sp2 and sp. Okay, now here s percentage in this hybridization, 25% of s character. Now in this combination, now here in this sp3 hybridization, the percentage of s character is 25%. Now here the percentage of p character is 75%. Due to now the 3 p orbitals are involved. Now here one s orbital is involved. Okay, students. Next one we go to the sp2 hybridization. Now here the percentage of s is 33.33. Now the percentage of p is 66.66%. Okay. Now that means this is the from here to here s character increase. Now in case of s